Welcome back to the Mama Script. We are super excited to be here sharing our next video with you.
So today's video, we thought we would do 10 things that we wish we knew before having a baby. There was a lot.
We condensed it for you.
It to 10. Lucky you guys.
No one wants to listen to us for 4 hours, so.
No. But some of it is what I kind of thought I wish I knew, and some of it is what Lucy thought. Yeah, everyone's experience will be different, but this is just 10 tips for us, for you guys, from us to you guys.
Yes, you're welcome. And please excuse us if we are talking a little bit softer than normal, but our beautiful babies are now down to sleep, so.
If you are a mum, you understand.
Yeah.
Is
do not wake the babies. Do not wake the babies. Okay, let's get into it. Tip number 1. Breastfeeding can be hard. So,
hard keywords.
Yeah.
In that.
So
sentence.
obviously it can be an amazing and quite easy journey. So Jamie had an awesome journey with her breastfeeding where she was able to do it for a long time and had,
Just minimal.
minimal problems with it. Yeah. Or she was able to work through the keep feeding.
I wouldn't say there was none, but
yeah. For me, it was uphill battle. And it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse until I had to make the decision to stop for the sanity and happiness of both me, my family, and Sophie, of course. But I feel like going into having a baby, I just had my heart totally set.
You see other mums doing anything.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah, and it is so natural. Like, don't get me wrong. It is the best. It is the most natural, but doesn't mean it's always going to be easy and that it's going to be for everyone. So I was the mum that was in there going, I'm going to breastfeed my baby until
so determined.
She's 2 years old. Like as long as I possibly could, I wanted to breastfeed her. So it was really hard for me not to be able to, but I think because I went in without sort of thinking that it would be hard, I sort of really struggled through that time and really had to fight myself with it because I think I obviously had like a desire in myself to breastfeed my baby, but there's also that stigma around breastfeeding that if you're not breastfeeding, you're sort of on a different level to the other mums, and that's really hard. So
people would say to me, "Oh, you're giving them the good stuff." Like, don't say that.
And especially like people would say it in front of. Like, people say in front of me about how amazing breastfeeding is, knowing that I couldn't breastfeed. And it wasn't that I chose not to. I tried every single...
She pushed through till... Oh my goodness, she did an incredible job.
Nearly died. But the point being, like, we can't judge people. We don't know their story. We don't know what happens at home. So, but most importantly, go into it with an open mind, knowing that it's actually quite common to have struggles breastfeeding.
It's something to learn as well. Like, for some people it's just not as natural as you think it would be. Yeah. You have to kind of learn what's going on, and Bubby has to learn, and
it's a new experience. It's like anything really, but I think just taking that stigma off and that pressure and obviously having people around you that understand and they're going to love you and support you through that. But so all the mamas out there that couldn't breastfeed but wanted to, I'm with you. I know it's hard, but and if you're pregnant at the moment, like, try everything you can, 100%. And a lot of the things that we'll chat about in our videos will hopefully help you if you do get to that point where it's hard, that
we want to do a whole video on breastfeeding, so that'll come shortly.
But so just knowing that you can take the pressure off, and either way, a happy baby is
what matters.
And a healthy baby.
So point number 2 is being a full-time mum is a full-time job.
I would agree with that.
For sure. So this is definitely something that I think I underestimated how much of a full-time gig being a mum is. Before I left work for maternity leave and had Bubby, I was like, I'll be back. What do you mean? I'll be back in no time at all. And a lot of mums would say to me, no, you won't.
I wasn't a mum. I was like, no, there's no way she's going back.
I did go back after 4 months, but not in the same
capacity
that I was before I went on leave. I just thought, I'll put him in the bouncer. If he gets sick of the bouncer, I'll just put him on the playmat. And then, like, I could just put the porta potty in my office and it would just fall asleep, like.
And then she learnt.
Sweet, I got it down pat. And then I became a mum. And you realise that just doesn't.
And you were really like, oh yeah, like being full-time mum,
Yeah.
like, you know, you have time off.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a holiday.
Someone said to me when I was a couple weeks into my, like, after I'd had Brax, and someone from
That's right.
said to me, oh, so you've just got 4 months off. I was like, this was when it was like early on,
Steam
really
coming out of
early
her
on.
ears.
I was like, no, I look after the baby, but like 20, like I'm up all night still at the moment. Like, he's like, 3 times this person said to me, oh, I'd love to have sleep-ins like every day. I was like, what?
Every mum watching this is like, nah.
And I'm like, no. I'm up all night. I'm up all day. Like, there's like a couple hours sleep in the whole 24 hours.
24-hour, 7-day week.
And then
job.
they say to me again, oh, I'd love to be, doing what you do, just at home all day. Think I hate that, Mom. But, yeah. If you are a mum to be, then just know that it's not.
One.
Yeah. You
Amazing.
can do this. You can definitely do this. We all do it and we do an amazing job, but it's not as easy as you may think.
Yes. Life will be different. Very different.
There's a lot of adjusting to happen.
Okay, tip number 3 is don't have outrageous expectations on anyone involved, as in yourself, your partner, your baby, your family, your friends,
anyone. You have to go with the flow.
Yeah, 100%. And I think especially yourself, like as a person going in as a first-time mum, and even like, being a second-time mum, you've got this whole new life that you're about to take on.
Yeah.
And I think just not lowering, that sounds really bad, lower expectations, but as in don't expect, to be able to have the same time you used to, or don't expect your partner to know everything about the baby straight away, because at the end of the day, we're the mum. It's different for us. They're the dad. It's different for them. We can't understand their journey. They can't understand ours 100%. It's important to not expect each other to have to do that.
Just accept the situation. The frame.
And give yourself a break.
Yeah.
I think not having expectations helps you sort of realise that you're doing a good job, rather than constantly feeling like you've got this set of expectations that you have to live up to, or something like that. So,
for sure.
Yeah, take the stress off, and you're going to do your best job. There's no perfect way to do it, and the way that I do it doesn't mean that the way Jamie does it is wrong or right. Like, we're just different, and the way our partners do it, like, there's been so many times, I'm sure Jamie can say the same thing, and all of you watching that are mums, you would say the same thing, that you'll watch your husband or your partner do something with the baby, and you'll think, oh, I don't do that, or we do this so much, and you sort of
cringe, but you just let them figure it out for themselves. I think. Sometimes when you can step in and be like, hey,
if he's like dropping the baby, like, you could teach him not to do that.
Maybe weigh up your options and be like, maybe not.
But anyway, we've got another point about that later. So, whoa.
But just your own expectations. Definitely before going into having a baby, you think, my expectation was that he would sit in the rocker most of the day. half the day of the playback.
Rudely awakened.
Yeah. Lucy had some other expectations. Routine.
Oh my gosh.
So share that.
Share what?
Yeah, routine.
What routine? What? So,
I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh my god.
So, I was writing Lucy's diary, looking at it or something.
As you do.
As you do with your best friend. And in the back of it, she had... She had, this is when she was pregnant, she was overdue, and she was...
I was nesting. Give me a break.
Yeah, getting into the feel of it all. And she had a routine set out. And routine, we are definitely both routine mamas now.
/ people.
Not hectic, but it's kind of a routine mamas now. But before she had Bubby, like in the first couple of weeks, she had a routine set out for a little girl. And it was awesome. Very, very detailed. Like, the first play section of the day was going to be at this point of the house doing like X sort of play, and the next sort of play in the afternoon would be different. And
music and some books and some...
We will read at this time and we will dance at this time.
You know what? I still maintain that routine.
She would feed only at certain times of the day, but in the first couple of weeks, it's a bit hard to...
Then I had the baby and I threw the planner out because it doesn't happen ever.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's Lucy's.
Don't do your expectations. Exhibit
Just
A.
in those first couple of weeks, I think it's...
Yeah, you
can't have any sort of expectations. Yeah. You're going to be... You might be up around the clock. Every little newborn is so different as well. So...
Give yourself a break.
Yeah, you may see another mum that's, getting 3-hour blocks of sleep at night and you think, what?
Or the highlight reel on social media.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. Everyone has their crap. They just don't put it on social media. It's as simple as that.
Number 4 is, I think it's important to help them learn how to sleep. This is something like I'm kind of a sleep Nazi, would you say? With little man. I was determined at the start to just really make sure that he got enough sleep. I really think it's important for their development and just my sanity, as well as just them being generally happy to get enough sleep. So I just thought at the start, but you just put them down in the bassinet and they just go to sleep, don't they? But no, that's not the case. You kind of have to help them, as like you teach them anything, you have to help them to learn how to sleep because they just don't sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am one of those.
So, and it's not always, even now, Brax is 9 months old now, and there's definitely days where he doesn't sleep that great, but
and I think it's different for every baby. Brax is a really good sleeper, and he was when he was a newborn. He was awesome. Soph was awesome when she was a newborn with sleeping, and then went through an awful stage, where she was waking up hourly for weeks on end. Yeah. And then our friend Hannah, who we see all the time, she's part of our mum squad, we'll introduce you to her. Yeah. But, her little girl, Elena, who's 7 days younger than Soph, she did not sleep during the day as a newborn at all. And I'm like, how did you function? Even the sleep that our babies got, at least it was a little bit of time for us to have a cup of tea or something like that. But, so every baby's different as well. Again, another video will be on sleeping. Yeah. So tip number 5 for me is probably one of the most important ones, and it is to trust your gut. Trust your mum instincts.
Because they're real.
Yeah, they're so
definitely real.
I felt like it was something that was talked about, but I thought, it's a bit silly. But now that I'm a mum, you just know, even if you can't explain it to someone or it doesn't look like there's something wrong, or they're, if someone's saying, your baby's really tired, and you're like, well, I actually think she's hungry, or something like that. I think, a lot of people try and tell you what to do with your baby, and we have to trust ourselves. And as mums, you know what's best for your child. And at the same time, especially with, there's so many different debates, breastfeeding, vaccinating, childcare, the list is endless. It actually makes me anxious when I go to mums groups. I actually run
every time you say something, I think, should I say that?
You've got to tread on eggshells, but at the same time, I think regardless of what you talk about in a group setting, you have to know for yourself and for your baby what is right for your family, and that's about trusting in yourself and your own decisions there. I think it also, for me, had a lot to do with, the time that I decided to stop breastfeeding and trusting that myself it was the right thing to do. Even though I had conflicting people telling me different things, it was still, I had to make a decision for myself.
It was a big one.
And in labour as well, you need to trust, now looking back on mine, the next time I have a baby, if I do it again, the next time I have a baby, I feel like I'm just going to trust myself a bit more, because as much as you do need to trust your midwives, trust your, your obstetricians, everyone that
you're
knows
the one that's
a lot.
going through it, Yeah. So point number 6 is that your bubby will feed very frequently and for a very long time I, for one, said to everyone that I knew, why didn't you tell me this? I was so shocked when the midwife told me, so they'll probably feed, every 2 hours for like an hour at least, around the clock. Like, what?
Because you weren't much of a researcher when you were pregnant.
I was, just to give you a bit of background, Brax wasn't exactly planned, and I wasn't sort of around a lot of mummies and into sort of that headspace before I fell pregnant. So I just didn't know these things. I was very, very shocked when they said, and I was like, oh, so they'll do that for like 2 weeks, will they? No, not the case at all. They'll do that for a long time.
And then it was quite of a rude awakening for you because Braxy was clustering at night time.
He, at the start, it's all a little bit blurry to me, but at the start, I remember he would cluster feed for like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's from like 6 till 9.
And I'd tell people like as if it's like this big problem, and they'd be like, yeah, that's like the witching hour. That's fine. Like, what do you mean? He's like just feeding off me all the time. Like I can't do anything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's really, sometimes you're in for a rude shock. Some babies go, like my mum was telling me, I don't know if it's true, or I think when you, like, my mum tells me things, I think they forget sometimes. Like, even now, there's certain things I think I forget. And you don't remember some of the tough times. But, some people go, 3-4 hours before the baby feeds.
Yeah, and we have friends that their babies feed for like 10 minutes on the boob and they're done.
Done. Easy.
Where Sophie would feed for an hour and 40 minutes. But then she'd feed every 2 hours. So
that was more hectic than you did an amazing job. She killed it.
I was not a lie. Like, I don't remember talking to anyone.
But you also expressed in that time, in that cycle, and put it to sleep, and crazy.
We'll touch on more of that later.
She killed it.
It was hard. But nothing prepares you for that.
I remember just saying to everyone, why didn't you tell me that they feed so much? Like, it doesn't seem real. Like a baby could feed that often. And people do it for so long, but we do. We're super mums.
Life. Totally different life.
Yeah. And I struggled just to sit. Every second hour for a whole hour.
And that's what I meant by just being open to the experience, if that's what's going to happen, okay, this is my new normal.
Yeah, that's it. This is my new normal. I love that.
Yeah.
You telling me that so often.
I should write a book. But seriously, if you sort of surrender to that, then you use that 4 hours.
And another thing is this shall pass, so they don't feed for 2 hours for a whole hour.
No.
Forever.
No.
We're not 18.
Hence why we're able to film this video, because we don't have babies feeding on us right now.
So it's, a shock, but it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, tip number 7. This one saved our lives. I feel like if we didn't have each other.
You gave me this tip.
This is actually little shout out to my girlfriend, Beck Harrison, because if you hadn't told me about my midwife, I actually don't know if I would have survived or made, a decision that made me better when I was... so, again, you'll hear about this later. I was really sick. Bubby was really sick. Awful labour. It was just compounding. So our first 3 months were not only adjusting to being parents, but trying to live and survive and cope. So for me, it was a really, really hard time. But one of my girlfriends, Beck, I would message her, I feel really sorry for her now. And I actually apologised to her the other day. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure I would message her at 12 o'clock at night and 1 o'clock in the morning just freaking out. She already had 2 babies by then. And so to me, she was gold. She was a great mum. She is a great mum. And, but she told me, have you seen Mandy? And I was like, who the heck is Mandy? Yeah. And she's like, she's a midwife. You need to go and see her. You can go and see her at a chemist and you just go in, have an appointment and she'll sort you out. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't really think too much of it. Hadn't really been out of the house a lot by the time I went to see Mandy. And I sort of, tried to put my hair up and, let's be honest, I did not put makeup on or, there was no real effort. But for me, it was an effort. So when I got there, I walked into the room. And I did know Mandy. We used to go to church together actually, but I hadn't seen her in a long time. But I do remember her being such a warm personality. So number one, she's an amazing woman. And number two, she's an amazing midwife, so knowledgeable. And I walked in and she looked at Sophie, who had very severe reflux, looked at me, said like, are you okay? And I just lost it, just completely lost it in front of her. But she just step by step, she would just sit with me and she'd go, okay, what are the two big things that are not working? And I would say sleep and nursing. And she would go, okay, we're going to fix that right now. And she would just give me things to do. And she's like, right, I want to see you in a week. And I want you to have done this, this and this. And for me as a routine person, organised person, to have like a job to do helped me so much. But her guidance and her love and her support and her telling me, hey, like, I see 20 women a day and you're all in the same boat. Like, you're not on your own. For me, it was just so, and I just feel like, you know, I feel like she saved me a little bit. So,
So go to, if you're a new mum and you're struggling a little bit or a lot or whatever, if you go to your local chemist,
most of the time,
usually like once a week or something like that, they'll have like a midwife and a lactation consultant come in, and you can just book an appointment and it's free usually.
Or you can go to a community nurse, like a community midwife, which does the same thing. So, but if you don't know someone in your area, like let us know and we'll find someone for you, because it's just so important to get that help.
So much.
And same with the lactation consultant. So they can come to you at your house and watch you feed. I did not know that until Lucy told me. Like, I messaged Jamie when she just first time for us.
Like, do I have to pay like a delivery? Like, what do I have to pay this fee for this person coming? It's crazy. There's some really good things out there for new mums.
I just wrote this big long list to Jamie when she first came back. So I was like, you need to contact Mandy, you need to bring this lactation consultant, like seriously, do it from the beginning, because I didn't have it until about 3 months in, and by then for me it was sort of too late, like not too late, but I'd gone through a lot by then. So if you can get onto it early.
Okay, point number 8 is it is okay to ask for help. I think this is one that everyone really just struggles with and doesn't really think, you know, I'm failing if I ask for help. That is so not the case.
We let our ego get in the way.
Definitely ask for help. We both had an amazing group of people around us when we in the first couple of weeks, and had people cook for us every night for a few weeks, which was incredible. Like, people just put food at our doorstep, so they didn't even have to come in, like, while we're feeding Bobby and whatnot. And just were there for us. Like, people want to help, so just let them. Like, if you have a friend come over, if they say, would you like me to do your dishes? Just say yes. It's okay. You're a new mum, you know.
Yeah, and it's normal to feel like you don't want to let them, because it does sort of make you feel like you don't have control of the situation, or because I can relate to that. Like, I would feel like I should be able to still do this and this, but again, that's that expectations. Just, it's okay to let people help you, and you need to, because it just can help you
you'll
so
burn
much.
yourself out if you don't. I guarantee that. Even if you've got the most supportive partner and whatnot, you just let your mum come over, let your best friend come over, let the neighbour drop over something, you know. It's cool. It's fine to ask for help.
And we all struggle. Like,
we may all think on Instagram everyone's doing fine. No, like, mums don't need help all the time. Mums just get through it. No. Especially those early days, you can ask for help as much as you need it.
And you can see someone dressed up with their baby nursing on them, and that might be the only time they ever nurse their baby. Like, it might have been the only time it worked, and so they thought, I want a really good photo of this to have forever. Like, I have one photo that's really nice that's just, you know, I have for myself, but if I was to put that on social media, it paints the wrong picture, because I didn't have an easy journey, and it makes it look like I did. You know, you can't trust that side of things to make you feel okay. You need to know that everyone struggles, and some people choose to put it on social media, some people don't.
But, and I think it's probably not even for new mums. Like, we're not exactly new mums now. Bobby's at 8, 9 and 10 months old, but the other day I needed my mum to come around for a couple of hours I wasn't feeling well, but I just needed help. Like I couldn't do everything that day, and I needed an extra hand.
Needed mummy.
Okay. I needed.
We're 26 years old and still need our mummies.
But it's cool.
Yeah. Struggle is real, but we're all in it together.
Yeah.
So tip number 9, we are nearly to the end. Tip number 9 is that you know what is best for you. So I would say this has a lot to do with pregnancy, more than, as soon as you've had the baby. Obviously, then it still plays a part, but mostly with being pregnant, especially labour, you know your limits, you know how much you can cope with, you know the feelings that you have. So if you're in labour and you're feeling like you're not coping, the midwives are there to encourage you and to support you. Obviously, we can get annoyed at them and think, you're not pushing this baby out, blah, blah, blah. Their job is to make you feel better. And, a lot of them will support you and say encouraging things and tell you you're doing a good job and things like that. And that's amazing, and you need that because it does help you cope. But in saying that, you need to also be true to who you are and your own feelings, and know that you know what's best. So if you know that you're not coping and you need A, B, and C, you tell them that and you speak up and you use your voice.
Yeah.
Same being pregnant. If you feel like something's wrong, 99% of the time, if it's actually, a gut feeling that you've got, 99% of the time it's good just to get it checked out or to ask someone. Or if you're fearful about something, you know that when you get to the day that you're going to have your baby, if you're really fearful of that and you've previously had anxiety or something like that, then it's going to affect you in your labour. So it's important to deal with those things and not just think, someone else isn't going through it, so I'm abnormal or anything like that. So yeah, just knowing what is right for you. So for example, in my labour, I feel like I should have used my voice more and trusted that what I felt like was happening, and it was, and I just didn't say anything about it. It's so hard explaining these things without explaining the story. Yeah. But this video is already probably really long, so won't go into it.
Labour.
Yeah, and that's the same for your partners as well.
Yeah.
They know you, so make sure they know to speak their minds and trust the medical staff, but also
trust your gut instinct for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. We're finally here. So the last one, which I think is really important, is let your partner parent how he sees fit.
Yeah.
So someone actually gave me this advice before I had Bubby, and I feel like I was really aware of it in the early stages. Probably not all the time, but a little bit of the time. I think it's just a big one for new mums to take into consideration is what the dad needs to go through the motions and work through becoming a dad in his own way. We as mums definitely feel like there's certain ways to do things, and we think that we know Bubby.
Or that we have to do everything.
Yeah, and we have to do everything. We know Bubby the best and whatnot, but just sometimes remember just to take a step back and let them. They will make mistakes, but they need to make those mistakes. Just like we do.
That's how we learn. Yeah.
So just sometimes we just have to kind of bite our tongue a little bit and just let them do their things so they can learn to parent in their own special way, and then they have that special bond with their Bubby as well. So
we had that because we were sort of forced into it because Jace had to look after Sophie for the first few days, and he was sort of forced into doing everything that I don't think he was expecting to do. But it's crazy because now I've never really had to. Bond. Yeah, they do, and you can see it. You can I don't have to do things that I thought I'd sort of have to help him with. So it's a good thing to do. I probably wouldn't have, especially with my personality, I probably wouldn't have done it if we hadn't been forced into that situation. Yeah. So I think it was actually meant to be in that regard. But it's super important. And for your relationship.
Yeah, true. If you're overbearing to him and telling him what to do, it's not going to sit really well in your relationship. He's just going to be resentful. He's going to be scared every time he does something. Just Yeah, just a not very good situation.
And yes, we carry the babies. Yes, we have that special mum connection.
And doesn't mean that we're saying don't step in. Like sometimes we do know best and we know what's going on. And sometimes they need our help. Sometimes they are struggling with Bobby and can't settle them or something like that.
But do it in an encouraging way.
Yeah.
Like that they're doing an amazing job and that you are so grateful that they're there and
I think that's it.
That's a good one.
Okay, mummies, that was our 10 tips for things that we wish we knew before having a baby.
Yeah. So we really appreciate you being here and watching and joining us. We hope you are still here. I know it's probably a very long video, but thank you for staying to the end and watching, and we will see you in our next video, so stay tuned.
Have an amazing week, guys. You're doing an incredible job, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.